Welcome, dear student. Standard 6, subject History and Civics. So, student, this year you are introduced with the subject History and Civics. What do history means we have already learned. So, let us learn what do civics means. What is civics? The study of citizenship is called civics. Civics can teach us about the rights guaranteed to citizens as well as our responsibilities, such as serving on juries and engaging in the political process, etc. Thus, civics is the study of what it means to be a citizen. Civics is the study of our rights and duty as a citizen. So let us start with the very first chapter in civics. Standard 6 is our life in society. Let's understand. The learning objective of this chapter is what is mean society, why do we need objectives in the society, and characteristics of society. So we will be covering all these points in the first module of the first chapter, that is our life in society. So let us understand what is meant by society, students. What do you know about society? Let's see. So, society is defined as a group of people living as a community or an organized group of people for a common purpose. Society includes all men, women, grown up, old people, and young children. But society also includes different group, institution, and organization too. The interrelationship and interaction between the people, their dependence on one another and sharing also form a part of the society. Society is not simply a mob or a crowd of people. A society is formed when people come together to achieve certain common objectives. Thus, our families are a part of our society. Do you understood? What do you mean by society, student? Yes. But here again, society needs some objective. Let's see. Now the question arises, why do we need objectives in society? So here, objectives or aim having in the society define us why the society exists. Then it also determines what member can expect and the value they will receive from their membership. It also allows us to set goals for our society so that it helps to grow and develop. Need for society. Why did man feel the need for society? It is because a stable and secure community life is necessary for the development of the individual as well as society. In the nomadic stage, man did not have their stability and security. When man realized that living in a group provides security, people came together to develop an organized way of life. This was one of the main motivations for the creation of society. So, living in a society, men felt the needs for rules to help with the smooth functioning of day-to-day matters. It gave rise to conventions, traditions, ethics, values, and rules and regulations. Thus, man life in society became more organized and stable. Let's understand with an example that why man feel the need for society. So suppose you are the only human being on this planet. Just imagine, student. I know it's weird, but it's not hard to imagine. Yes? So since you are the only one on the planet, you need to do everything for yourself or by yourself. Like you need to collect food, you you need to fight predators, you need to find something to wear, you need to predict weather, you need to understand animal behavior and what not to save yourself and successfully survive on the planet. Yes, but suppose I come to existence now. But how will you know it? Obviously, if you meet somewhere, like, or you will like just leave thinking that you are still the only one who has ever walked this planet. Yes. So now we met and continue doing things which we were doing, for example, collecting foods for ourselves, fighting predators, gathering information, and all the other stuff. Okay, but wait, we know that the fact that one should always remember that just like two individuals possess different genes, they also have different skills and abilities. Yes, so you find yourself good at gathering information and food. Whereas I fight predators well and understand animals better. So now, student, our both of our work has reduced, and can we both can fight together? Yes. Now suppose two more people come into existence. They possess different skills and abilities and help us both in, let's say, understanding weather or gathering of food. Now what? Now we begin to form the very basic version of society. For example, here a group where people come together to help themselves by helping others in such a way that the group individuals' overall requirements are met in an organized fashion. Understood? So here all together can help each other in development and growth of the society as well as themselves. This collaborative efforts of individual to make all the basic individual requirement fulfilled without learning to do everything for oneself, rather splitting the work according to the skill and abilities forms a society. So now every individual have their own abilities and skill to perform their tasks to survive in the society. Thus, with the example, we come to know that why did man feel for society? So it just because a society, man needs a society in every aspects of life. Our all social needs can be completed with the help of the society only. Thus, a stable and secure community life is necessary for the development of the individual as well as society. So, in the example, we also learned that man realized that living in a group provides security, so people came together to develop an organized way of life. Okay, so let's move ahead with the characteristics of society. There are 8 characteristics. Let's understand each in a detail. The first, society consists of people. Yes, when we had learned the definition of society, there itself we learn that society is a group of individual, institution, organization. The interaction and interconnection between the individual forms a society. Next, mutual interaction and mutual awareness. Now, from the example which we have learned just right now, from there we know understand that deciding with other at the same time, mutual relation. Thus, society helps to bring mutual understanding and interaction among the people in the society. With one individual, society cannot be formed. Then we need people around us so that a common understanding should be there within the people. Third is society depends on likeness. Every individual differ as per likes and dislikes in the society. Now it helps to understand other likeness and dislikeness of the person. For example, habits, entertainment, clothing, the abilities, the disabilities, the fooding, the tradition, and so on. Fourth, society rests on differences too. Yes. This point itself say that all individual does not have the same taste and habits. Thus, as the likeness, individual too differ has their differences too among the people in the society. So the both the points are interconnected, likeness and these differences. Next, cooperation and division of work or division of labor. Now as we know that every individual have different abilities and skill. In the example also we have learned that if one person is staying on the planet, he or she itself has to do all the works. But when we have other people among us, so the work is divided. Thus, it helps us to divide or select the work as per their skills and abilities, which helps in division of labor. Plus, it also works as cooperation in society. Yes. So when we divide a work, it like the one is going for a food and gathering, the other is helping with animals behavior. So as we know in the example, it divide the works and it helps the people to be interconnected. Thus, cooperation does. Next, society implies interdependence also. Now we know about our abilities and skills. We need to depend on other for work as well. For example, we need to depend on farmer to cultivate crops because they knew the skill. Yes, the same way for everything a society depends on others for everything. We need to depend on teacher for getting us understand the lesson. We depend on mother for so that she can cook for us. So there is an interdependence in the society. Seventh, society is dynamic. Dynamic means active. So society always is in dynamic nature. That is an active nature with changing scenario in the society. So it always follow the changing pattern of living as per the changing environment. Next, social control. It is a very important characteristic. Social control. Like all the power is in the hand of the people. Yes, student, we need to control everything, whether it's our habit, attitude, social interaction, trust, mutual understanding, etc. So there should be a social control on like every individual should have a social control so that a society is said to be in a social way. Okay. Do you know? So here is a hint. All human beings are equal by birth. They have the same status as human beings. According to the Constitution of India, all are equal before the law. The Constitution guarantees the equality of opportunities. We can each make progress using our education, capabilities, and skill. Do not forget. So let's move to the evaluation part. Student, please refer your textbook, page number 59 and 60. So let's start with the first fill in the blanks. First one, a stable and secure community life is necessary for the development of the individual as well as dash. So we learn in the very first slide that it's required for society. So development of the individual as well as society. Next, men felt the needs for dash for the day-to-day affairs of the society to run smoothly. So when its society is formed, we need rules and regulation so that society run smoothly. Third, a society is formed when people come together to achieve certain common dash. This was in another topic which we have learned that to come together to achieve certain common objectives. So every society there should be an objective. Next, answer the following question. First, whose company do we like? So we like company of our friends, family, relative, teachers, students, and so on. Yes, the next one is what is mean by society. So we have discussed a group of individual sharing their abilities, likes and dislike together forms a society. Third, why do we need society? Why do we have learned with an example? Go through that example again and write it down that why do we need society? There's a personal response. According to you, what difficulties would have arisen if society has not come into existence? So this is a personal response. So you will write thinking, imagine that what difficulties would have arise. Okay. Thank you. I hope you understood the chapter. Again, I'll repeat, go through the text once again.